Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Welcome to the Infowars Nightly News. I'm your host, Jakari Jackson. It's December 10th, 2014, and here's a look at our top stories.
Tonight, Fox News says America tortures because
we are awesome.
Awesome! Totally awesome!
Meanwhile, the White House grants immunity to the CIA torture agents. Then, military helicopters terrorize residents in Kentucky during a government alert. And a 74-year-old woman wins a gunfight with criminal thugs. All that plus much more up next. The Infowars Nightly News.
And welcome back. The CIA torture report has been released, and everybody has an opinion about it, even if they think torture is simply awesome.
And look, I agree with you. The United States of America is awesome. We are awesome, but we've had this discussion. We've closed the book on it and we've stopped doing it. And the reason they want to have this discussion is not to show how awesome we are. This administration wants to have this discussion to show us how we're not awesome.
Partisan politics at its finest, because you understand when it's a Republican channel, their guy can do nothing wrong. If you flipped over to some other channel, they want to talk about Obama. Like, no, Obama doesn't do anything wrong. And that's what we see here, because we talk about the actions. And yes, I understand that you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. But you also have to understand that all the people being tortured aren't necessarily terrorists. You know, many of them are, but you also have people who are suspected to have information on terrorists and people who just get caught in the mix, a guy who's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And if you got caught up in that crowd, you just happen to bend down and tie your shoe and there's a bunch of terrorists standing behind you, all you guys get picked up and then all you guys get taken to the torture camp and then dealt with at that situation. So, you know, you see them cheerleading, we're awesome, everything is great. I don't want to know what the CIA is doing in my name. Well, actually, I would like to know what these guys are up to, because they're out here doing all these shadowy, secretive things, and then they want to pretend like they're the heroes. And let me make this very clear to everybody who's out there. You can't be the hero while acting like the villain. Batman can't be the hero if he's out killing people like the Joker does. It's the same thing here. If you want to be the hero, if you want to have the moral high ground, you can't be torturing people. You can't be growing the opium and then saying there's something wrong with you if you use it for illegal purposes. But, you know, when we talk about the CIA torture program, the only person to go to prison on this was actually not even involved in the torture so much to say. It was because they blew the whistle on the practice in general. Former CIA officer Jakari Jackson is the only CIA employee connected with the interrogation program, well, I love how they call it interrogation, to go to prison. He was prosecuted for providing information to reporters, not for anything connected to the waterboarding or other actions that today's Senate Intelligence Committee reports calls torture. So even in the article, they're whitewashing it. They say they called it torture. They're saying it's the interrogation program. This would be like if some homeless guy ran up to you with a knife and threatened to slit your throat if you didn't give him the wallet, then you gave him the wallet. Then later on, the police catch the guy. So, well, I didn't rob them. I was doing enhanced begging techniques. This is how I get my funding to go get my hot GMO at the dollar mart. So, you know, this is what they're doing. It's a whitewash. They want all the smoke and mirrors. They don't want you to really get down to the nitty gritty of what's going on. So these horrific things are being done in our name, in the name of supposed freedom, even though we don't have the freedom. Because they said, you know, they hate us for our freedoms. What freedoms do we have? People are getting roadside checkpoints, proctology exams, no refusal blood draws. They're kicking in people's houses with these no-knock raids at 3 in the morning, burning their kids' faces off. How much freedom do we actually have in this country? They can pull you over, search your phone. The NSA searching your phone anyway, even though they lie about it. I mean, how much freedom do we really have in this country? And people are concerned about their freedom in the state of Kentucky. Residents out there are saying, we see these low-flying helicopters coming into our neighborhoods. And this brings a very interesting question. What are these people training for? Because you see David Knight and Joe Biggs, they went out to Fort A.P. Hill earlier this year, and they have this training facility, which to me looks like any American city. This doesn't look like some desert locale, Afghanistan, Iraq, nothing like that. because you see the guys who actually go out there, they go train at military bases in the desert, some type of desert locale. This looked like Main Street America. And coming back here to Kentucky, what exactly is going on out here? The article reads, as we reported earlier, the FCC emergency alert, which warned residents in Corbin and the London areas of southern Kentucky to prepare for action, was sent as a result of human error, according to the Frankfurt Emergency Operations spokesperson, Buddy Rogers. But it goes on to say that the Facebook for the sheriff's department was blown up. But not blown up, but people went to the Facebook page and they were voicing their concerns. We see all these helicopters flying around. What exactly is going on? So maybe it was some type of mistake that this was given to the populace at large, but I very much do think that, yes, they were training for some type of emergency purpose. And you can see the helicopters and the evidence of that operation right there. And this is going on all around the country, whether it's black helicopters. Put that picture back up, because they always talk about black helicopters like they don't exist. Those are some black helicopters if I've ever seen some. And it's not just there. San Diego, they're having these zombie killing drills. Down in Florida, they have the big drill every year. They got guys jumping out of helicopters and they save the mayor. They pull up in the speedboat like, yeah, America, F yeah, and all that stuff. So yeah, they're definitely training for something domestic. When is it going to hit the fan? When are these guys actually going to be deployed? I don't know, but we've seen guys in the heavy armor with the military vehicles out in Ferguson, Missouri. Many school systems have them now. Ohio State has MRAPs and all that. So it's just getting worse before it definitely gets better. But some of the better news that I heard today, a 74-year-old woman won a gunfight against 2 armed thugs.
This surveillance video shows 25-year-old Marcus Gould and 20-year-old Leon Robinson coming into the store and looking around for a few minutes. They then split up and pulled guns on both the man and woman working. The woman reached into her waistband and pulled out a gun, shooting Gould. He shot back, but did not hit the woman, instead hitting the books just in front of her.
It looks like he was hit in the exchange of gunfire, and there's also blood in that same area.
And that's why you need your Second Amendment. Notice, 2 armed thugs enter her store. She pulls out her firearm, and then they run away. That's why you need it. It's the equalizer.
Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive Infowars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic, proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift and is tailor-made to boost your New Year's resolutions. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.